How do you say it in French?
Wakrat.
Vaca. We are vacas, and we are called Wakrat. Zach De La Rocha was the one who turned us on to each other. The band's named after Matthias, and was sort of Matthias's brainchild. He and Laurent got together and started making music, then came to me and asked me to play bass on it, which I did. I thought about, well, we could try out some singers. I know some people that might be good for it, and it didn't really work out. And I just said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And so I went in and started singing, and it felt good, and here we are. They're super talented, and they think outside the box, and I think our music is a reflection of that.
Playing different music, that was the initial motivation.
I wanted to do something completely opposite of that. Boxed in, overproduced, gutless type of music that's hammered every day, every single radio out here, and just built a sound like Arsenal kind of with the guitars, and eclectic as possible with it, you know.
And I like classical, jazz, Coltrane is probably my biggest influence. I like Miles Davis.
Bob Marley, I played a lot. The Police, a bunch of crappy French variety. I got big on the Manchester scene, the Stone Roses, the whole grunge era, which was pretty awesome, I thought.
I can remember the first song that I ever liked, and it was Hot Blooded by Foreigner. And it went from that to Kiss. He was the bass player, and he was scary, and I liked scary bass players. And I was a over-the-top Sex Pistols fanatic. Actually, Zach De La Rocha, again, turned me on to Rush. And I definitely hear that influence in our music, as do I hear the influence of the Sex Pistols in our music. Never Mind the Bollocks, that's my album. That was the album that I just played a million times over and over. And I think the reason why I loved it was because it was unapologetic. It was fuck this and fuck that, fucking all the fuck out of fucking Brat. So that always moved me. And then I went on to be a member of Rage Against the Machine, where, you know, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me was an anthem. And for millions of people, the lyrics are definitely a representation of me and my upbringing and my politics and my extreme side and my emotional side as well. You know, they're real.
The album is fast, different, violent.
I mean, we're clearly not making music for anyone else. We're making music for ourselves, the kind of music we want to play. I love that it's punk rock, but it's not old school, and it feels contemporary.
Matt's energy is, that's like, it's not coming.
Just when I got to a point where maybe I thought that every drum beat was spoken for, I come across this guy who is playing these incredible patterns.
It's like chang, chang, everything that he hits, he knows how to make it sound good. You know, that's, to me, that's impressive more than.
And he is definitely a jackhammer on top of that. So
I mean, there's no choice for us. Either we match that energy, or it just doesn't work.
The first day that we came in this room, I brought my amps in here, and I quickly realized, I'm like, wow, my amps are not powerful enough to hang with either one of these dudes. Like I'd never experienced anything like that before.
I've never met anyone with an ear like Tim has. Like he can hear anything, and it's scary.
And again, it was Matt's idea. Let's do something not melodic. So let's go with. I went, okay. I'm going to use effects that are, unconventional, that people don't like to use because they sound weird.
I've never played with anyone that plays the way that you play, man, and like it's inspiring. The whole, like, what you're doing is the next level. I think it all comes out in this crazy blender that we live in here. Like when you come check out Wakrat live, what would you get out of that?
Undeniable honesty.
A lesson in rhythm.
An earache.
An earache. A foot in the face. You leave feeling like you've heard a new take on punk rock. We're going to be touring this summer with the Prophets of Rage, which I'm a part of, and I'm very excited about that. And I feel like that's going to be an audience that's going to understand what we're doing and hopefully embrace it. Right on the boot heels of that tour, we start another tour for a few weeks with Bad Religion, and I'm really excited about that too because that's a punk band. They have something to say, and I like that. I'm excited to be a part of that.
For us Europeans, I mean French, the UK was, where rock and roll was from. It's like rock and roll was UK and punk was UK.
I think Europeans love their live music. They love going out to shows. Very excited about that.
Both of these guys came to America literally with nothing, and they just moved out here, set up shop, and here we are years later, and they're still here, and it's pretty powerful.
The nights sleeping in the car and then on couches and cheap motels and closets. It was cool. If I had to do it again, I would do it in a heartbeat.
What I love about this country, I came here like with nothing and, no money, and there's no judgment, at least from my experience.
Oh, now we're going into politics. We're turning into a pretty empty society. You have Facebook, you have Snapchat, that's the society. There's nothing. Fake friends. Look at me, I'm having a good time. Look at me, I'm having a bad time.
We have a song that we call Generation Fucked, which we just put out, and lyrically it's about our world that we live in, and because people don't want to know the truth and they don't want to find out.
There should be a will to know the truth, which is out there at everybody's fingertips these days, and then make yourself your own opinion, more than the one you just heard on the radio or the one you just heard on the news.
Basically, I think all of our songs are about our world and about our society and the state of things from our perspective. We're three human beings, and we got all different types of influences that flow through us. And right now, when I turn on the radio, I'm hearing the grid, and I'm sick of the grid, and that's what we're trying to do, is smash the grid.